guys, so today I'm going to be looking at teachers reveal their students' awkward crush stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I was teaching a class of 2nd and 3rd graders some years ago, and one of my little boys sent a note to a little girl in his class with "I love you" scrawled on it, covered with hearts and smiley faces. Her response, "You are stupid." I had to leave the room to cry my eyes out laughing in the corridor. That's so mean, honestly, though. That's so sad. I feel bad for the boy. He was just showing how much he liked her, but she really did him dirty. She was like, "You are stupid for liking me." Okay, I'm sure that's not what she meant. But why? Why "you are stupid"? Was that her excuse of rejecting him? Or are they together? Imagine if she was like, "You are stupid, but I love you because you're stupid." Or was it like, "You are stupid and that's the reason I don't like you"? There are lots of meanings to "you are stupid," okay? Because I feel like sometimes you can say it affectionately to your partner, like, "You're so stupid," like in a flirty way. I don't know. Sorry if my voice is like kind of hoarse right now. I have a sore throat and I hate sore throats, especially sore throats that hurt when you swallow. That sounded weird, but okay. And I think I'm about to get sick, but I'm fine. Used to coach a co-ed middle school basketball team. One of the girls on the team was barely 4 foot tall but was fast. She was an awesome point guard but not so much of a scorer. The kid who played center was this nerdy kid. We constantly had to put him in timeout during practice, but every time he was put with on the girls team, he started to behave and try his best. We just kind of went with it. After a while, he started to only pass the ball to her. If he got a rebound, pass it to her. Someone passed him the ball, pass it to her. He picks the ball off the ground, pass it to her. It was all this kid did. We coaches just let it go. But this kid was obviously starting to crush on her. Oh. During our first game with another school, we were losing pretty badly. We expected it but tried to make it at least fun for the kids. Center kid kept passing to point guard girl, and the other team eventually picked up on it. At one point, 3 players are marking her and he tries forcing a pass. The other team goes on fast break. This girl walks up to him and yells, "Stop passing to me all the time. I don't like you." And the boy runs off the court crying. I had to have a fun conversation with an 11-year-old boy with about not smothering girls if you like them. I feel bad. Oh my gosh, why do I feel bad for all these boys? That is so sad. I feel bad, but that's true. You can't force someone to like you, you know? Just because you like them, you can't expect that just because you're nice, they will like you kind of thing, okay? The fact that she yelled it and everyone else heard, I think that was the most embarrassing thing, because now everyone knows that he liked her and he got rejected. He was super into a girl I knew and he acted like she was some unobtainable wonder. She was kinda, to be fair, because all the usual stuff hadn't worked on her. So he wrote and drew a comic book, 60 pages, in which she was the hero and he was there as a romantic interest. He presented it to her. She was kind of polite about it, but couldn't handle all this attention. Wow, he drew a comic book, 60 pages. So he basically just created like a story of them two together. But except that's in his imagination. And she was like, "Nope." That's a lot of time, 60 pages. And you have to draw and like make up a storyline and everything. Wow. The class bookworm finally got the guts to talk to the sweet, quiet girl that shared his class schedule. My throat is itchy. He approached her before classes started one day with a heart-shaped box of chocolates and a rose. He presented his gifts to her and asked if she'd like to sit next to him every period. She was immediately flattered and blushed. For the rest of the day, the two could be seen holding hands down the hall, sharing sweet gestures, and just smiling at each other in general. I had trouble keeping their attention on the lesson. Even as class ended, that rose never left her hand. All in all seemed cute, until the next day. Just before classes started, a fight broke out in the hall. Turns out Bookworm and 3 other boys, including a senior, were getting into it because sweet quiet girl told each of them separately that they were her boyfriend. Not sure what punishment, if any, was brought down on the 4 boys, but the principal thought it was ridiculous and tried to make the whole incident forgotten. Last I saw, the girl would only be seen hanging out with a senior boy after that. She chose the senior! Whoa! Wow, she was popular. Holy. 4 boys? Can't relate, you know. No boys fight over me. Awkward 13-year-old boy wanted to give his girlfriend a Christmas gift. He waited until the end of first block and just kind of threw it on the desk. They shared a desk pairing. It was a necklace. Her friends had to help her put it on as he was already out of the room by the time she opened it. Oh, this is sweet. This reminds me of like those synopsises that have like a mean boy plus shy girl kind of thing. Because the fact that he just threw the gift on the desk and was like, here, take it, and he just left, it feels like that type of vibe. Like a guy who's a softer inside but doesn't want to show it on the outside kind of thing. Compiled the conversations of the web chat and wrote a love letter in the form of a diary. He let his friends look through it before confessing to the girl, and yeah, it didn't turn well for him when the girl became embarrassed and stormed out as everyone talked about it in class. That is weird. Compiled the conversations of the web chat and wrote a love letter in the form of a diary. This didn't fail terribly, but it was a rookie mistake. During my second year of teaching, I had a junior decide he wanted to buy his relatively new girlfriend, 3 months I think, a nice gift for Valentine's Day. He wasn't sure what he wanted, maybe a necklace, but had heard good things about Tiffany's. So not knowing what he was getting himself into, he went there. He quickly realized he was in over his head and couldn't really afford it, but also didn't know how to bow out with a shred of dignity. So he bought the cheapest necklace he could find at about $300 or $400, effectively emptying his bank account. I found out because the other students were giving him a hard time. I asked him why he didn't return it if he couldn't really afford it, but he said he worked every day after school before Valentine's Day, so he didn't have time. The story ended well in that she absolutely loved the necklace, wears it every day, and that they are still together over a year later. But I told him there's no way he can come back from that. By establishing a nice piece of jewelry as a standard for the first Valentine's Day, he can't just give her a card the next year. At least he got a good life lesson. I mean, he can. If the girl doesn't care, if the girl doesn't really expect anything, then he can. He doesn't have to up his price every year because that's crazy, you know? I feel like as you're in that relationship longer and longer, the less you care about gifts and the less you care about presents kind of thing. I feel like presents are mostly for like the early stages because you get butterflies and all that. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Not a teacher, but a kid in my dorm made a floral arch with candles under it to ask a girl to be his girlfriend. The whole thing caught fire and the RA found out. RA was pretty sympathetic though, so he wasn't kicked out and was only punished with 8 hours of mandatory fire safety classes instead. This is like when you're trying to do something nice, but instead you just ruin everything. At least he didn't get into big trouble. One of my friends once seductively said, "We've got the meats," to impress a girl. He got suspended for like a week. Oh no. What if he was genuinely just talking about meat, you know? What if he genuinely just loved eating beef and steak and they've been planning a barbecue the whole week? Okay, we've got the meat. In 7th grade, a girl licked me on the cheek and ran off. She's secretly a cat. Oh my gosh, wait, what? She wanted to taste him? Maybe she's secretly a vampire and she just wanted a little taste. That is weird. I'll be a bit creeped out, honestly. A student, on Valentine's Day, this kid comes in with a rose. Everyone thinks he's going for my friend. But nope, he walks past her to another girl and gets rejected. Oh, that's so sad. So I guess the friend was like expecting it to be her, so she was like ready. But nah, it's not her. She was in the friend zone. That is sad. Oh, can you imagine the girl being like excited because everyone was like, he totally likes you, he's gonna give you a rose, but nah. I would be sad. One of my classmates actually tried to sing in front of his crush's house to make her come out and tell her he loved her. Boy ended up at the wrong house. That's so funny. He's just singing in front of some random house. Oh my gosh. If I was the person in the house, I would just be like, what is this boy doing? I'm trying to sleep, you know. Boy disturbing my beauty sleep. That's so funny. I'm a twin and this has happened maybe twice in high school. I have rejected a guy and then they just go and ask out my sister, who also rejects them. Wow. Double rejection. Whoa, that's sad. So does that mean they just care about the looks? They just go for the physical appearance then. They're like, okay, that's cool. If you reject me, I'll just ask your sister because you guys look the same. And they get rejected again. That didn't work out too well. There was this one kid who made a big card for her crush on Valentine's Day. These are 4th graders, so they still have the party and hand out Valentines. Crush gets deeply embarrassed and kid gets picked on even more. That's so mean. Where were the teachers to stop this? The teacher should have done something about it. Tried beating up some kids to win her affection. Of course, it didn't work out. Did he think she was going to be like, oh, my knight in shining armor, you beat them up for me, I'm in love. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!